All right, I wanted to start this video in the car because I'm on my way home. I have a little bit of a drive ahead of me. And I think this is a pretty cool angle. If it gets a little bumpy, it's because I'm not on the highway yet. So just bear with me. I'm Adavia Davis. I'm 23 years old. I live in Las Vegas. And I like to yap sometimes. And I want to talk about commitment in this video because I think a lot of people really, really struggle with commitment. Especially in our generation, it is getting ridiculous. They can't commit to businesses, they can't commit to themselves, they can't commit in relationships, they can't commit in life, and it's terrible. It's terrible. You have to have some type of foundation, some type of consistency, some type of basis to build your life upon, right? So you have to be committed to something. And I think number one, the first thing that you should always be committed to is your word. Okay, your word has meaning. Your word has meaning until it doesn't. Okay, you kind of put yourself in this social profile of, okay, you say something, people believe you, then they'll start to get doubts and then they'll stop believing you, or you start lying, then they'll stop believing you, and then your word loses its value. But inherently, your word has value, and you have to cherish that value. You have to hold on to it, and you have to be committed to keeping that value. Genuinely, genuinely, genuinely. That's why I have such a big principle against lying. And yes, I've lied. Okay, everyone has lied. We're not honest all the way 24/7, but unlike most people, it crushes me, it kills me because I'm not committed to my word. All right? And again, that big word, commitment, commitment, commitment. You know, everyone wants a lot of money. Everyone, a lot of people want to start that business. There's so many individuals with those go-getter mindsets, and it's common to have that go-getter mindset. But to really act on that is uncommon. It's uncommon for people to act on their desires, and that is extremely counterintuitive. It's not helpful, it's not productive. And I just think about, the majority of people my age, 23, 22, 24, whatever, that are struggling in life because they cannot commit to themselves. Okay? They don't trust themselves enough. They said that, hey, I'm going to make this happen, and then they just fall through. They just fall through. Anyone can be ambitious. It takes no work to have ambition. What does take work is to actually act on that ambition. And like I said, I want to be a proponent of good, positive behavior, and you need that good, positive behavior. Okay? So outside of business, what else are other ways you need commitment? I think in relationships. People say in relationships, hey, I'm committed. I love you. You love me. We're one big happy family, right? What does that mean? How do you show that you're committed to somebody? How do you show someone that your word is so important, their feelings are so important, their values are so important that you will stay consistent with them even when it hurts you? I think that's what it means to be committed. I think it means that you have no other option. There is no plan B because you are fully driven. You are tunnel vision to this one person, to this one business, to this one desire. And I am, right now as we speak, I am serving the consequences of this. I'm serving the consequences of it, and not positive. And I think that even, not to get into details because that's no one's business, but I think any act of commitment that I do in my life, any act of consistency will build onto other forms of my life, right? It's because if I'm really, really committed in the gym, I'm a really locked in person, it will follow me into my business. It will follow me into my relationship. It will follow me into my religion or worship, if that was the case, And I think people need to value this because ADHD is very prevalent. Everyone is up and down. Everyone's flip-flopping. They're acting on how they feel. Okay? They're not committed to themselves because they just do as they feel. And you will have feelings every single day. You will conflict those feelings every single day. But what will you do to keep yourself grounded? What is going to be the one thing about yourself that stays the same, that's almost attached to who you are as a person? It becomes like conjoined with your identity because it is adjacent and consistent with you. So really ask yourself, what can you do to just start building little habits of discipline? Start building little habits of doing uncomfortable things because you want to see the end goal. Again, business, relationship, anything in life, you need these solid foundations. You 100% need these solid foundations. Without it, you're just gonna crumble. But no one really listens to me when I say these things. It's like, you hear me. A lot of people won't watch it all the way through. Then they go back to, I hate to sound like very demeaning, but like their ordinary lives. They'll have the exact same problems. No matter how many self-help videos they watch, no matter how much motivation they get from TikTok, they aren't committed to themselves. They repeat those same patterns. I want to be great. I know I'm going to be great. I want to be exceptional, which means I need to follow the patterns of being exceptional. I need to do things that show that I really, really want it. That I really, really want it. Now, my camera's been moving this whole time. My camera's been moving this whole time. That I really, really want it. And that's what's going to separate me from the masses. And that's what's going to have to separate you as well. So, my question to you, everyone watching this video, I don't know how many people are going to watch it. How will you show your commitment? Ah, my camera fell. My camera fell. Okay, what does commitment look like to you? Don't like quickly just type something in the comments either. Like actually think about it, because I read all my comments on this channel. I really read all my comments on like all channels, to be fair. So yeah, thank you for hearing me yap. I appreciate it.